Good morning, YouTube. Mwah, mwah. How are you? It's been a few weeks, actually. I started getting into like the twice a month, right? So the beginning of the month and now the end of the month. I knew I was definitely going to do today because yesterday was my 6-monthversary. Yes, yes. I love the sleeve. I'm telling y'all that now. So, we got a lot of stats to get into. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the body. This sweater used to be tight. But now it's just like nice and loose. My clothes are fitting much better. These pants, I could not get over my hips when I first got them. I knew I was going to fit them one day. Sideways. Okay, and I got on this bra that when I first got, it was a little bit tight, but now fits fine. I am dropping in my cup size, but if you ever notice anything about bras, us ladies, let's say the cup size at a 40 is a little bit different than the cup size at a 36. And you probably could still wear the same cup size. It's just differently configured, whatever. Hey, I don't make bras. I just want them to fit, and one of the keys, if you don't know it, your bra should be going all the way to your sternum. If you're hanging out or your bra's pushed out a little bit, doesn't fit. But anyway, I'm not a bra fitter, so I'm not here for that. I'm here to tell you about my story. So, okay. So highest weight ever was over 300 pounds. That was about 2003. Yes, my hair. I'm trying to get it straight. About 2003. And then I lost 70 pounds, immediately after I got rid of my stressor, which was my second husband. I lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks. And then over the course of 4 months, I lost 50 pounds. So that was a total of 70, which basically brought me down to the 220s, 228, like between 225, 228. I can always get down in there. Even before that, I would always get there and I would stay there. But I would always go to about 250 and come back down. I go Weight Watchers or some diet and bam, I dropped 20 pounds easily. But I could never get past that. So when I was a teenager till I was about 21, I was 200, 210 easily. Didn't exercise, didn't do anything. I guess the metabolism of that young. But, I wasn't even living in New York at that time. Where in New York, I did a lot of walking. I wasn't doing that. I was driving. So, to even get, I couldn't get past the 225, 228. I was like, ugh. So I did consider last year was a big year. 2015 was a year of transformation, metamorphosis, whatever you want. I mean, it was deep change. It wasn't just like a little change. My a relationship of 13 years my husband, he decided he didn't want to be in a relationship anymore. We ended that. I had LASIK surgery. I had to get my thyroid worked on. I had the sleeve, and that's what we're talking about right now. I had the sleeve. I decided on the sleeve because I didn't want to reroute anything, because over the last 26 years, my thing was, oh, if I had a magic knife and I could just cut my stomach down, because I admit it, I stretched it out of proportion. So if it was the size of a football, I could never, there was nothing I could do. I could starve and it wasn't shrinking. And so for me to be able to cut it down to the size of a small banana, it was so worth it. So now my portion size are appropriate. I could never get the right portion because I was still hungry. And I don't care, the willpower for me. I had a lot of willpower. I mean, I used to run races, 10 miles, all kind of stuff. But I did the food because I just didn't work. So anyway, for me, I made the decision to have surgery. Is it the easy way out? No, because for the rest of my life, I have to think about, am I getting enough protein? Am I getting my vitamins? And this is work. This is not an easy situation. It was the most painful surgery I've ever had. Okay, so let's give you the stats. At the end of July, I was about 264. August 24th, at the day of surgery, I was 250. So now on my 6-month anniversary, I can proudly say, are y'all ready? 208 pounds. 208.5 pounds. Okay, let's get that half pound in there. Do you know I have not been here since I was in my early 21. Let's just say 20 years old. I am 47. I had a birthday. I'm 47 years old and loving it. I'm like, oh my God, and I'm not even finished. Um, you figured I lost a total of 55 pounds. Let me get my totals out because I got my little thing here. I don't want to get it wrong. I want to give accuracy. So I have my little um, monitor. I use monitor your weight. I don't know if you can actually see it. Let me come back a little. Okay, well, it's an app on my phone. So according to this, um, at 264, I have lost 56 pounds so far. My body, I've lost 45.8% of my body fat. And according to this, my BMI is 33.7. According to the doctors, it was 35. I'll lean towards the doctors a little bit more than I will for the app, but more or less, I started at 43% body fat. I was considered morbidly obese. And so now I'm just still obese class 1. Okay. I double checked with them yesterday. Originally they said 145. I was like, that's ridiculous. But yesterday they said 155 for them would be their goal. My goal is to be about 170, where I can go lose weight 10 pounds, gain weight 10 pounds. I don't, that 20 pounds flux in between. Holidays come, I know I'm going to put some on. When summertime comes, I'm going to be so active, I'm going to lose whatever. So for me to be there for the rest of my life versus being 250 for the rest of my life, that is awesome and that's wonderful. I am approximately 9 pounds away from my first weight loss goal, which is to be in Wonderland. Once I get to Wonderland, I'm getting this tattoo because I would have lost 100 pounds. So I'm very pleased and very excited about that. And so that's, okay. My last videos, I was telling you with the holidays, I was eating a little bit of everything. So I have not kept up on the amount of protein. And it shows in the blood work. They were like, you need to make sure you keep up with your calcium and my protein. So I have to remember. You remember how steady when you're in the beginning, you're like, everything's around the clock. But as you get used to it, you get a little slack. So my report card, if it was a report card yesterday, was like a B, maybe B minus. So I have a lot of room to improve so that by my 1 year anniversary and I have my blood work again, it's going to look beautiful. Everything else is in normal capacity. Non-scale victories is I haven't lost my hair, and I think it has to do with the fact of my nutrition. I have kept it up. Is it great? No, but I haven't lost any real hair. You lose about 80 to 100 strands a day, so everybody's going to lose hair every day, but not to the place where I need to do something about it or, it's excessive. I eat a bowl. After a certain bowl, we have bowls like that are like this in my household. Probably about the same size as a jar, basically. That's what I eat. And I like to eat from there because I'll know. And I know, for me, when I'm full, I start to belch. You could see it in my eyes. They're like, "Oh, you're full." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay though." I'm not gonna throw up or anything like that because I don't eat like that. I did twice. I've got to the place where I threw up once and was forcing myself the second time. So that was in the beginning. Don't want that experience again. So I've been very good with that. Let me see what else. So, size wise, I'm probably like a 14. 14, 15, if there's a 15, I could wear 16 pants easily. And I'm not talking about plus sizes. 14, yeah, I'm talking about a plus size 14. Went to Chinatown this weekend and I was in a Chinatown store, right? Everything is small. I got a couple of items. Now they were stretchy, but I got a couple of items because normally when I was like 260, 250, trying to go up in there, oh, this stuff gonna be too tight, too tight. No, I was getting medium larges. So I am so looking forward to by the time June comes to go back there. I might have to get the small mediums. Who knows? Yes. Um, Let me see what else. I the relationship that I was in. We ended. We're friends. we figured we weren't that, well, I figured, that's all I had to say. I'm not that compatible with that person. And I'm not settling for less. After being in a relationship for 12 years, there's no way in the world that I am going to settle for anything less than what I deserve. I know what I deserve. I know what I want. I'm not angry with the person. I mean, the person stood up. I mean, he was being themselves. If you're being yourself, I have to honor that. But that doesn't mean that I have to say, okay, let's be, I don't have to settle. It was relationship was too new to settle, even after, you still shouldn't settle. But so I'm dating. I'm having fun. I figure like this, eventually whoever it is going to show up. And when they show up, all right. I told my daughter, I said, I'm going to get married again by the time I'm 50. I put that out in the atmosphere. Yes, I'm going to get married again. Yes. I like being a wife. I like having that partnership relationship, that long term where you're looking and you're building and you got a vision, and this is the person that we're trying to work on a vision for us being together to an old age when we're 80 and 90 years old. Yes, I want that. Some of y'all may not. That's fine. I know what I want. I've been wanting it since I was a little girl, and I'm gonna get it. And if you want to call me Elizabeth Taylor, I don't care. I don't care. I want what I want, and but I'm not willing to settle anymore. I'm not desperate for it, which is different. Because see, now we're going into the lesson. The universe will give you, or God will give you what you ask for. Okay. We don't always we think we know what we're asking for, but we don't. So when you really want something, okay, which I wanted, then you will stay in a state of wanting, because that's what you want. You want that thing. So that's what you're going to get. Versus you desire something, you take the steps towards it, but you're not like desperate for it. Allowing it to come to you because you're ready for it. I mean, I got married. This relationship that I'm just getting out of, I was so desperate to have a baby. I was so desperate to be in a relationship, but I didn't count out the cost of, okay, so you get this, but how do you maintain this? What kind of, how far will you go with somebody? You know, what are your limits? Where do you draw the line? I mean, you don't think about those things. And especially when you get marriage counseling, and a lot of marriage counselors just go through a basic thing, and they don't like. As for me, when I'm doing premarital counseling, I'd rather break you up. I'm gonna do everything in my power to break you up, really. Because you know what? When you get into it, it's some real stuff going on. I'm going to talk about some real issues because I want you to know what you're getting into from experience. I know. Okay. But I've never had that type of experience where the counselor is saying stuff like this. So, and then here's the other thing. When you're desperate, my first marriage, we was going to get married regardless. My mother-in-law was like, y'all going to go to counseling. We went to counseling, and he was like, oh, if after the counseling session, I don't think you should get married, I'm not marrying you. I was like, whoop. He was like, oh, thank you. We won't see you again. And we went to the courthouse. Why? Because we wanted the experience more than we wanted to understand the experience, to understand what we were going to go through. So yeah, we got it. Be careful what you ask for, because you will get it. But at what cost? Do you know what I'm saying? So when you are desperate, the idea of desperation reigns higher than it does outside. My cat wants to go out, and I'm going to let my cat out. Hold on a second. You want to go out, boo-boo? I didn't know you was in here. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes. So that was my baby. He was just scratching. I need to let him go. So anyway, and I've never really, okay, prior to my first marriage, 21, 20, 19, I dated, I had fun. Who was thinking about marriage? Who was thinking about something serious? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I was at the end, when I turned 21, I was going with this guy, and he introduced the idea of marriage. Not that I never wanted to get married, but it wasn't in my consciousness. Me married right now? No, I'm young. I'm not even thinking about it. So I've decided, now that I've been there, done that, it's not, I want to do that one day. One day, that's the key. I don't need to do it now. Plus, I'm not in a position to do it now. Plus, anyway that I'm married, I'm a package deal. I have a daughter and I have a mother. So, um, and that takes time because everybody's gonna have to get along. I mean, my mother has not liked none of my husbands, so it's important that she kind of likes them, you know. My daughter has to like them, so you know. So that's a process. So I'm just enjoying myself right now. I'm not trying to rush into anything. I'm not trying to have a whole bunch of strings attached, you know, because I want to do what I want to do, what I want to do it. I got things to do, and I can't be tied to one particular person right now. One day I will when the time comes, but not now. And I mean, to really date people and get to know them, it takes a moment. It could take 6 months. It could take a year, you know, because you got to give a person time enough for that mask to come out because, you know, the representative comes out. Hi, I'm so and so and so and so. You know, you got to see them go through some stuff. You guys got to go through some. When are they really concerned? And, you know, people have the 90-day rule and they have this rule and that rule. You know, regardless, it's time. The basic principle of any of those is time. Give it time. And if you can give it time, you might see in 6 months, you know, I like you, but I think we should just be friends. And there's nothing wrong with being friends, you know. You know, if I get with somebody that doesn't want me to have friends, I'm like, baby, you're a little too insecure. I'm 47 years old. You can't, no, you need to have grown up just a little bit to know that if I say I'm with you, I'm with you. And that's what time does. Time allows you to know, are you a ride or dier? Are you true to your word? You know, you get to see them, you know, as you're living through life. So, be careful of your prayers. Sometimes we are praying for the wrong things. If God said, you know, I'm Christian based, okay? I'm not traditional in any means. I'm not a literal Christian. I'm more metaphysical. But let's just using the context of Christianity. If God said in the Bible that if I would take care of the birds and the trees, what more would God be taking care for his own children? I mean, God is everywhere. God is in everything. But here's the thing. I am Lisa Maya expressing God. God is expressing through me. Wherever I am, God is. When I speak, God is speaking. So if God makes sure that our needs are met, why are we begging for stuff that we don't need? Because we're going to get what we need. We're going to get the roof over our head. You know what I'm saying? We got to make some wise decisions because we're the thinker that thinks those things. You know, I'm trying to make sure I don't go through 20 minutes, but I'm just saying. So be careful of the things that you ask for. Matter of fact, you don't have to ask for nothing, but think about what you desire. And in your desires, you can start to write the vision and make it plain so that you can run with it. You know, but stop begging for stuff. It's a whole, when you grow up, when your prayer life grows up and you learn how, you understand praying without ceasing, I'm telling you now. But on that note, I love you guys. Subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, ask. Nothing is off the table. I will tell you. I'll try to tell you as nicely as possible. You know, I'll give you something. I may not give you full details, but I'll let you know if it ain't full details anyway. But I will answer any question. All right? I love you guys. Namaste, which means I behold the divinity that's in each and one of you, every one of you. You may not know it, but I see the God up in you. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.